Welcome to the Pottertron Network.
Showtime! Organizational change is like social change. It takes a revolution, not an evolution. Silenced women struggle to advocate for themselves. I uncover the negative bias for strong women in leadership positions. I help her understand the source of her superpower. How does she build it? How does she use it? I help her stay emotionally strong from those everyday challenges. I unsilence her. Hello, I'm Chelsea Jennings, and you're listening to UnSilenceHer. Speak, shout, sing. I had to be silenced to realize the power of my own voice. During this podcast, you will hear women share their powerful and inspiring stories of how they may have been or even witnessed silencing in their workplace. More importantly, they will share how they were able to overcome the effects and continue to lead and inspire the organizations that they serve. So women, I'm talking to you right now. How many of you have had a great idea and seemingly no one hears you, but 10 seconds later, a man says the exact same thing and you would have thought he had just discovered America? Yes, it happens all the time in the workplace in some of our meetings. And, have you ever been the subject matter expert in the room delivering a message around your expertise, but instead of addressing you, someone may address the man in the room? And how did that make you feel? Of course, some of these labels that we get: aggressive, strong-willed, passionate, too pushy, difficult to deal with, unreasonable. So all of these things are ways that, sometimes people try to silence us in the workplace. And especially as women of color, we get it a lot more than others, where men are expected to be strong in the workplace and we are expected to be agreeable. So I'm going to be a little bit more serious on this one. So have you ever been accused of being aggressive and respectfully pushing back, knowing that your male peer will be rewarded for being passionate, insightful, and even a brave trailblazer? Now, while we've made progress to level the playing field, men really still hold a significant majority of these leadership roles and positions of power. With that said, though, equality in the workforce does not translate to equality in influence, respect, or voice. Now, my friends and I often make light of some of these early examples, but the reality is these micro communications can have lasting implications that create an environment where it is difficult for female leaders to effectively lead. In essence, they are being silenced. So my research has shown that silencing goes along a spectrum, and it ranges from self-silencing. Yes, don't be surprised. We do it to ourselves. I mean, you've all heard of the imposter syndrome or any other, impact that have made us lose confidence in ourselves, to some of those micro communications that I spoke about earlier, that passionate, you look unprofessional, too dominant, too stern, and even those microaggressions and outright hostility sometimes. So my purpose is to support and challenge leaders who are facing some of their most impactful organizational issues. My passion is to bring awareness to this concept of silencing, call it out by name, and help to mitigate the impacts, not only for that female leader who may feel deflated, withdraw, or lose their confidence to lead, but to those silencers, whether accidental or otherwise, who contribute, and the colleagues and organizations who need to be able to support her. This platform is evolving, but I leverage every way that I can, including this podcast, to help understand who is she, what is she experiencing, how does she respond, and how does she show up as a leader as a result. What does she need to feel supported, and what can she ultimately do? So, unsilence her. Speak, shout, sing. Speak, help her to regain her voice. Shout, give her the tools that will allow her voice to resonate with impact again. And sing, get her to the point where her voice is melodic and filled with confidence and she can feel it internally. My personal journey is a bit more complex than the examples, but I had to be silenced to realize the power of my own voice. Now I am committed to using this platform to helping others realize and regain the power of theirs. So thank you for listening. Continue to tune in to UnSilenceHer, Speak, Shout, Sing podcast, as well as join me at my website, UnSilenceHer.com, for more information and to make sure we stay connected moving forward. I'm Chelsea Jennings. Thank you for listening to the UnSilenceHer podcast. Remember to speak, shout, and sing on Pottertron.com.
Sign up and be a part of the team. Be a Pottertron at Pottertron.com. Thank you for listening. Two bottle drop.